Hey you guys, this is Janice from Ozark Family Homestead, and you've probably gathered by looking at the picture on the thumbnail of this video that I had some excitement yesterday. Some not so great excitement yesterday. So I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to tell you the story of what happened. But in order to tell you the story, I need to go back a little over a year ago, because that's when it really started. And that's the purpose of this video. So here we go. Okay, so I believe it was February of last year. That would be 2022. I went to a local ladies meeting in the big town, about 35 minutes away, and it was about homesteading skills. Did some canning, fermented sauerkraut, things like that, and I had such a good time. And I came home, Sarah had gone with me, and thought, wouldn't it be great if we could do this more often? Because the ladies in that group would just gather about twice a year, because they're busy ladies, and they would gather together to hone those skills, and it was awesome. But I wanted to do it more often, because it was really such a blessing to me. So what I did is I just went on my own little personal Janice Facebook page and said, hey, do I have any friends out there that might like to get together, meet at a restaurant, talk about gardening and homesteading, animals and plants, and just visit with one another, learn from one another? And I got a really positive response. So, based on that, we set up a date and time and place to meet together, and we gathered. And again, it was a huge blessing for me. Okay, so this is now the point where we became an official group, like a for real group of girls getting together, and that community got started. So if this is something you're interested in doing in your area, this is probably the part you really want to listen to. So after that first initial meeting, when there was interest in getting together more often, I started up a Facebook page, and this Facebook page was just for local ladies that were interested in homesteading, gardening, food preservation, and self-sufficiency. That's what I put in the description there. It just spread by word of mouth. Ladies would tell other ladies, and whenever they would try to join, there were two questions that they would have to answer. One was, are you female? Because this was a ladies only group. And the second was, are you from, and I would list the local counties surrounding us. And basically just so, are you close enough to attend in person one of our monthly meetings? And what we did at that point is we set it up to where there was a meeting on the eastern side of the county one month at a restaurant, and then the next month there would be a meeting on the western side of the county. Magnus is making faces back there. He's making handsome faces. He's a looker. Okay, so in a year, where are we at now? Here's where the group is at now, and here's where it ties in to the fiasco from yesterday. Right now, our ladies group in our little bitty low population county here is up to about 168, I believe, ladies in the Facebook group. We do have some ladies that aren't on Facebook, and I text them and let them know when the meetings are. But all that to say, our group has grown. It has grown a lot, and it's totally by word of mouth. I'm not advertising anything. And when we do gather, we gather on the east side of the county, and those meetings are smaller, but we will have 15 to 20 ladies show up at that meeting. On the west side, we do have a larger turnout, and it'll be about 30 ladies that attend there. When we do gather, we have started bartering with one another. The ladies, they have made arrangements to get milk from one another, or eggs for both hatching and eating. There's blackberry plants and tomato starts and all kinds of things that are being bartered now in our community. Our local community is setting up a bartering system, and I love that. And because of that Facebook group, we now know who has strengths in certain areas. Who is the person that has apple trees? Who is the person that does bees successfully? And if we have questions, we know who to contact. And I love that, you guys. I'm going to try to see if the ducks will be quiet. And that way you can hear me. So on that Facebook group, we also share information with one another. If we find someone local that has chicks for sale, we will post it on the Facebook group and others can contact the person then. Those sale ads that I've been posting where I get the weekly sale items only for my grocery budget, I post those on there too so the ladies can take advantage of the sales as well. Every month, at the beginning of the month, I will post a list of tasks to do on the homestead for that month. And I encourage the other ladies to list your tasks too so we can all just glean from one another. I love that it's a community, it's a growing community, and that it's local. We are bringing everything in closer to home. So yesterday, the big bad day, was not all bad. We had a cheese making class. One of the ladies in our group hosted a cheese making class in her home. And it was on the side of the county that has very, very curvy roads. And that plays into this too. So anyway, we went there and Sarah and I learned to make cream cheese and cheddar cheese. And it was a lovely time with those ladies. And the class ended and we headed off back home. And we made it about a mile. And this is one of those roads, like my dad says, you see your own taillights when you're driving on it. Very curvy, lots of hills. So I come up the hill and around the curve and there is a huge, beautiful doe leaping right into the road. I didn't even have time to hit my brakes. Didn't happen. And there was immediate impact. She was big. She was really big. And then everything switched to slow motion as I watched her somersault clear across the other lane and into the tree line. There was nowhere for me to pull over. This is a curvy road with no shoulder. It is just grass and trees on either side of the road. I immediately asked Sarah, do I have cell phone service? And I did not, which was to be expected considering where we were at. And so I had to drive 2 miles in order to, 1, find a place to pull over, and 2, get cell phone service to where I could call Sean and tell him what had happened. Okay, so that's the bad news. But there's good news. Do you want to hear the good news? Okay, here's the good news. So, I was the first one to leave the cheese making class. Sarah and I were. Not too far behind us was a carload of other ladies that had carpooled there together. And while Sarah and I were there in that parking lot, 2 miles away from the impact, those ladies saw us outside looking under our van, and they turned around and they came back and they checked up on us and they asked if we were okay. And they helped us to assess the damage to the van. The radiator had some damage, but it wasn't awful. And there was concern that we could not make it home because of that radiator damage. So the first thing they said was, we will follow you, which was a blessing to me. And right before we left, we gathered together in a circle and we prayed together. This is the good news, you guys. This is what this community of local ladies is now. We support one another and we care for one another, and it is a true, true blessing. If it is at all possible for you to create something like this into your own community, I really, really encourage that. I think you would be blessed immensely by it. So even though it was a bad thing that happened, my van is crunched, I came home feeling good. I was taken care of. Sarah and I were watched over, and we were blessed immensely. Okay, to end this video, I am going to attach some footage that Sean filmed yesterday, right when we got home, and he is assessing the damage to the van. He used to work car crashes, so he's seen this kind of thing more often than he would have wanted to. So that will be here at the end of the video. We don't know yet if we are going to get it fixed or if we're going to have to get a different van. It is a 2006 minivan. Does not have a real high value, but it has been a good van to us. It is one of our newer vehicles because we only drive old stuff. But so we don't know what we're going to do yet, but it'll all work out. So be watching for that extra footage right here. We'll tack it on at the end. If this video blessed you, if it helped you, if it caused you to brainstorm and come up with ideas on what you can do, then please give us a thumbs up. Like, subscribe, and share our channel with your family and friends. It really helps our family's channel to grow. And if you have any questions at all about forming your own community or what our experiences have been with our local group, then please put those questions down in the comments and I will gladly answer them as best as I can. So be watching for Sean's little addition here on the end, and I will see you on the next video. Bye, guys.
Well, let's take a look at the damage. It's a 2006 Dodge Grand Caravan. We've had it since it was new. Got about 190,000 miles on it. You can see the streaks there, the radiator fluid. And you can see the hood, the grill. Oh, it looks worse as you keep going around. Yikes. There you go. So, looks like we've lost, obviously, the hood, driver's side headlight assembly, the grill, which includes the bumper, radiator is busted in, and I'm sure the, there in front of the radiator where the hood latches in, that metal will be bent up. I'll have to cut that out and put another one from another one. So we'll need to find an old Grand Caravan in a junkyard and get parts off of it and fix up the front of it. It could have been worse, could have been a lot worse. They weren't hurt, and the structural damage is really, I mean, it looks ugly, but I have definitely seen people hit deer and do far more damage than this. Windshield's still good also, that's a money saver. So that was the excitement today, and poor old van, we've got a lot of good memories in that van, and just hate to see it all beat up.